Ladies and gentlemen, today may be a good day or a bad day, or is still a challenging day. Last night was the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders in the United States and Canada, and the time that this video is coming out, I dropped these videos at 11 a.m. I think that's the time that you can start pre-ordering at GameStop, online and in store. Regardless, we have a bunch of leaks, rumors, and updates. So much freaking news. This could be like 3 videos, but we're gonna do it all in one. Let's go and get right into it. What the hell are y'all doing over there? I can't tell. I'm trying to read your energy. Did you get the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order? Did you not? Did I get it? I don't know, because I'm recording this the day before. I'm just gonna assume I got it, man. I hope I did. If not, we gotta make something shake here. Regardless, we got updates, rumors, and leaks, a bunch of them. So before we get started, if you could, hit a like and subscribe. That would truly mean the world to me. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you could. We're growing on both platforms. Let's keep this community growing. And let's go ahead and get into it. So first, let's talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 console, right? The actual console. This is, whoa, why do I sound like that? I feel like I sounded like, what are those guys' names? Owen Wilson and Luke Wilson? I feel like that sounded like one of them right there. Console. Something like that. Okay, that didn't sound the same. What the hell is going on right now? I'm talking about the Switch 2 console. This is something you want to see, we want to play. It's going to happen eventually. But if you're this one person, you already got it. That's right. You know, a couple weeks ago, I had somebody reaching out to me trying to sell me stolen Nintendo Switch 2s. They reached out to like every Nintendo YouTuber. I think they're selling them for like $4,000 each. Not a great deal in my opinion. So obviously I passed on that. But yeah, somebody has a Nintendo Switch 2, so let's check out what it is, what's going on. Let's just check it out. So this is the video right here. And I'm trying to see this. It's sideways, but that Bilibili website, I believe, is like the Chinese TikTok or something like that. So I'm going to assume this came out of manufacturing. From what I've heard about this is it can't even play games, and I don't think it's bricked, but yeah, it's not really like usable. And the crazy thing is, these people are dumbasses. Like, you can see them in the table reflection and the console reflection. So, whoa, what's going on back there? Whoa, they got some fruit tray? Man, that fruit tray looks good as hell. And some bamboo or something? I don't know. Yeah, dude, people got the Switch 2. What is that, an Xbox controller? There's a lot going on right now. I don't know what is going on. That guy has a business suit on. Yeah, there's a stolen Nintendo Switch 2 right here. I'm going to assume in May we're going to see like a lot of people getting the consoles early, getting games early, a bunch of other stuff. And I think this might just be the start of it like happening a lot more frequently. We got a lot of topics to talk about today, so let's get into some Switch 2 game leaks. Now, a couple days ago I said I think one of the bigger games that are coming out this week, or bigger games that are coming out in like recent memory. I'm talking about the Oblivion remaster that got revealed, shadow dropped, crazy stuff. I was thinking that's definitely going to show up on the Nintendo Switch 2. It just makes the most sense. I'm thinking all signs point to a major Nintendo Direct happening in May, and then Microsoft and all the stuff under them showing up. But I think we have more evidence of that now. So this is coming from XDoes1 STV. I don't even know what the hell this is, but this is coming from somewhere, right? Oblivion Remastered is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. According to blah blah blah, the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remaster will also come to Switch 2, and there is active work by Bethesda to do so at this time. And obviously the game was released on PS5, Xbox, PC, and I think Steam as well, which is PC, so I don't know why I said it like that, but this, it's gonna be crazy, dude. And I think it makes a lot of sense because Skyrim was such a big part of the Switch. Having the Oblivion remaster a big part of the Switch 2 launch, there's definitely something poetic there, right? Now, we have another game leak on top of this, and I just find it kind of weird that we're getting games like this leaking for the Switch 2 because they're technically Switch games. Sonic X Shadow Generations will be a Switch 2 launch game, Sega announces. So this is already a Nintendo Switch game. I'm going to assume this is a Nintendo Switch 2 version. This is kind of sneaky right here because I'm also going to assume it's going to be like $70 because the Switch version is $60. This is a way for a lot of game developers to release or re-release games again and just get more money for the same game. It's like, hey, we sold that game for $60. Now we can sell it for $70 and say it's a Switch 2 version. because of whatever reason, right? There's probably not even anything new in it. So I find this interesting, kind of like a nothing post. It's like, okay, I get it. Sega, you want to say you have something coming to the Switch 2. I'm sure there's going to be other stuff as well. But yeah, there's 2 games that are coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm looking at all the tabs I have open right here. I have so much news for you guys today. But let's look at this this update about the Switch 2 in Japan coming from Furukawa. Hello, this is Furukawa. We have been procuring many materials and proceeding with production in advance so we can deliver the Nintendo Switch 2 to you. On April 2nd, we announced details about the Nintendo Switch 2 and started accepting applications for the lottery sale on the My Nintendo store. As a result, we received an extremely large number of applications, approximately 2.2 million people in Japan alone. Basically, the gist of all this is saying they did not meet the demand. They want to meet the demand. They're going to ramp up production. You get the point, right? If I am not mistaken here, I think the original Switch sold like 600,000. I don't know if it's the first day, but I want to say the first month in Japan. If I can find the information, I'll put it on the screen. 600,000 to 2.2 million. The demand is at an all-time high for this. It's crazy, man. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into an update about a Switch 2 accessory, like a very popular Switch 2 accessory, the GameCube controller. I cannot wait to play GameCube on this damn console. Like, it's truly almost worth it just for GameCube for me. GameCube is my favorite home console of all time, partly because of nostalgia, but I love so many GameCube games. All of the best franchises have my favorite entry on the GameCube. Super Mario Sunshine, Mario Kart Double Dash, Zelda Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess. I'm missing some stuff, but regardless, you get the point. We have an update saying Nintendo confirms the new Switch 2 GameCube controller does work on other games, so not just the GameCube games, but it does not work on the Nintendo Switch 1. So some people are thinking it's only going to work on the GameCube games, and then some way somehow won't work in like other games, which I don't know how that would be possible, but what do I know? And then other people are thinking, well, even though it's like for the GameCube app on the Switch 2 and all that stuff, I'll just get it for the Switch. But yeah, I think it cannot work on the Switch, even though I think there are other options for the Switch. Talking about accessories or controllers in general, we have an update about the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller. The Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller takes 50% less time to charge than the Switch Pro Controller, which is freaking crazy. Now, the best thing about these controllers, both controllers last approximately 40 hours on a full charge. That's insane. I don't know how this is possible, and I think it's true, because when I had the Switch Pro Controller, I never freaking charged it. I didn't really use it that much, but I would go like months without charging it, and then it would just turn on whenever I needed it to turn on. But the Switch 2 Pro Controller, essentially it's the same thing. I think it has some back buttons and a C button, but if you have the regular Pro Controller, I would just stick with that unless you want to upgrade. But yeah, man, 40 hours on a full charge and only takes 3 hours to charge. Now, to piggyback off all the accessory news, we knew this was going to happen, right? Third-party accessories. It's kind of what I love about gaming, is like the weird and wacky part of it. We have some crazy ass Switch 2 accessories I want to show you. First, look at this fishing rod thing, dude. This looks insane. This is something right here. I think I had something similar to this on the Wii a long time ago, but yeah, I don't know. Is there like a fishing game confirmed for the Switch 2 that we don't know about? Are they giving us a hint? The new 3D Mario game, it's called Mario Fishing, and all you do is fish. Man, crazy. If this one isn't doing it for you, don't worry. We also have this one right here. This is a third-party mouse Joy-Con thing, and I gotta say, I kind of like this one, right? When they first showed this off, I was assuming we would get something like this. And now seeing it, it's very unsettling. Why is this picture so unsettling? Is this AI? The person has all the right amount of fingers, I think. What are they working on back here? None of this makes sense, right? This is definitely AI. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if like a year down the road, these become popular and Nintendo releases their own version of something like this. And the last update I have for you today is a bad one. That's right. Everybody says save the best for last. We're not doing that. With the exception of Cyberpunk 2077, all physical third-party Switch 2 games listed in Japan that are not Nintendo Switch 2 editions to be shipping on game key cards. This is a strange way to be going. The rumor I've heard is there's only 2 game key cards available, 32 gigabytes and 64 gigabytes for Switch 2 games, and the 64 gigabytes are more expensive, so third party is going this route, and then Nintendo is using 64 gigabytes for more first party stuff. Obviously Cyberpunk is doing their own thing. That's kind of what CD Projekt Red does, but I'm not a fan of this. I think this is moving in the opposite direction, especially as somebody who loves physical media. I mean, I think it serves its purpose, but this is kind of shocking to me, man. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys. Oh yeah, in the comments below, sound off. Did you get your Switch 2 pre-order? Let me know. If we can get a bunch of likes and comments on this video, I'll give away an eShop gift card just because, to celebrate the pre-order of the Switch 2. So yeah, sound off in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram. That'd be really, really cool. And you guys know me. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.